It's so bright. Oh. Good morning. I am inviting you to spend the day with me to get an inside look at what it's like to build the desert forest on a day-to-day basis. It's now 5 a.m. and it is time to start the day. We're actually going to install diesel heaters here sometime today, I think. Maybe tomorrow. It's not really an issue because it's not that cold. I think last night the low was probably 45, maybe 50. So it's been so unbelievably hot this time. Right now it's 46 degrees outside. We actually have a decent chance of rain, but it's not supposed to happen until late tonight if that actually comes to pass. So stick around and see if we get some rain. My first order of business, unfortunately, even out here, involves sitting at the computer, and it's because every day I shoot at least 50 gigabytes, if not 100 gigabytes of footage. First, the footage has got to get backed up to this, and then I have an external hard drive back there, and then we have Starlink. I have to push all of this footage up to the cloud to make absolutely sure I don't lose it, because this footage is what pays for the desert forest to happen. One of the last files transporter, mainly allergy medicine and then supplements. This winter's been so bizarre because it's been so warm, and normally coming out here to the desert, I come from Fort Worth, where it's literally one of the worst places in the US to live for allergies. And when I come out here, it's normally my break, and instead, in winter, which is supposed to be the safe time, I'm sniffling and sneezing. So when the weather's decent like this, I just walk around camp in cheap sandals. I don't think y'all can see anything, but I know where everything is, and the plug and the light switch and everything. The priority is absolutely on coffee. I don't drink it right away, but I love making it from as close to scratch as possible. I buy the beans green, roast it at home, grind it fresh, and enjoy a little luxury. Just wetting the grounds to get the excessive gas out. 3.5 minutes to go. While that brews, I want to give you an idea of what the plan is for today, and we'll see how far off the rails things get. My first order of business is to go check on the terrace and the windbreak. There's a new batch of seeds laying down, and I need to make sure that those have plenty of moisture at the surface. And then what I'm hoping the second thing will be is planting more of the windbreak. I really want to get all of these seeds up and going. I have big plans, and I really want it to not only have trees, but I want it to look like how I have it in my mind. And the best way to show you that is to actually grow it. I have a couple other chores that I need to do today. Possibly some pruning on SW3, which is the lower terrace. I'm also excited to put a camera on Daniel. That way you guys can get a sense for what he does day to day and what it's like to be in his shoes on the Dustups Ranch. Oatmeal for breakfast, coffee's ready, and it's so tempting to just pour it out and start enjoying it, but it tastes a lot better if I wait. Daniel and I have different philosophies on dishes, and it's kind of funny because he just likes to leave them piled up and then bang them all at once, and I am not a neat freak, not by any stretch. But I hate inefficiency, and when we have dishes piled up in the sink, I can't use the sink, and that drives me crazy. So, while I wait for the oatmeal to cook, it'll make my life more pleasant. Now for the real reason I'm eating breakfast, so that I can enjoy my coffee. I really, 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 really love coffee. But I also have next to no caffeine tolerance, so this is the entirety of the caffeine I drink in a day. What's nice is by the time I finish eating, it's 6. From this very moment, we should see the beginning of twilight, or whatever you call it in the morning. And then I should have just enough light that I can film myself planting the beans and doing all the basics. Yeah, y'all can see a little bit, but not down that way because that's the leftover camp light. So I gotta wait 15 minutes. Let's go. I'm gonna go get dressed for the day. I also forgot that I didn't finish categorizing the footage, so I'm gonna do that before we do anything. And then the one thing I want to do is for Team Dustups, I filmed a sneak preview so that members can see the current status of the windbreak. So I'm going to upload that real fast, email everybody, and then get dressed, and then we'll plant. I spent too much time categorizing footage, and now the coffee has done its work. So how am I going to do this tactfully and show you how we deal with the bathroom out here? Well, this is the solution. It's a dry composting toilet, so I won't show you anything gross. But that's the throne room, and you basically do your business in a bucket that's full of pine shavings that we keep down here. And at the end, we add a scoop of biochar. Well, it's actually just very, very finely ground charcoal. The humanure charges it, and then we use it as a soil amendment a quarter mile that way. Morning, sir.
Morning. Morning.
Did you sleep well?
I think so. My buddy in there kind of decided he wanted to sleep on top of me, so I had to keep moving. I don't know if he got cold or whatnot, but
Yeah.
he decided I make a good pillow. I've been doing research on duckweed.
On duckweed.
Yeah.
You still all jazzed about it?
I'll be honest, the more I watch and listen, I'm like, more so.
And just to make a note for the camera, we are aware that giant duckweed is an illegal plant to propagate knowingly in Texas. We're not talking about giant duckweed.
No, we're not talking about giant duckweed. Giant duckweed's not even
the good one.
The good one. Like
yeah.
that is an invasive species, a nuisance species. But the duckweed that I've been learning about is not giant duckweed. It's just regular old duckweed. Remy was really excited about something out there this morning.
Oh yeah, is he still running around?
No,
good grief! What a beautiful morning. It's unusual to see the plane in the sky, but hard to miss. That is so pretty. I'm gonna put some biochar in that trench over there before I lay down the fava beans. It is a little cooler because it's 46 when I woke up, which is a couple degrees cooler than it has been. But we'll, this is probably a good idea anyway because this hasn't breathed in 30 days. I'm trying to remember which ones are mushroom compost and which ones are... There we go, here's some biochar. I I only need 2 buckets, and it's easier just to walk than it is to move that whole 55-gallon drum. But if I'm wrong, then no big deal. The water situation looks just fine, which is why I'm not worried about it. And as soon as these fava beans get in the ground, we will be adding water. What I find kind of surprising is we've already put biochar all on this line, and there are huge stretches where I don't see anything. So I'm just gonna take the opportunity to add more. Get another bucket. Are you starting on the box blade?
Get an idea.
Okay.
I'm brainstorming right now.
At some point, I need to throw a camera on you for the day.
Just to give you a little idea of what I'm doing out here. Instead of us having to hop off the dozer every time to adjust the height, I've added a hydraulic cylinder, and now I'm getting ready to add a battery and an electric hydraulic pump. But I'm going to be making a mount for it. So I'm in the process of brainstorming and coming up with an idea to create that mount.
Whoops. He's terrified of the fence.
And he's been whining because he sees you over here and he doesn't want to come over here.
Ah. Alright, last one. Put this shovel away. This shovel. Remy! All right, that's it, sunrise. Not an amazing mixture, but definitely no toxic concentrations. So now we'll get the fava beans. Well, actually, we're gonna start with wetting all of this. Wow, we still have a little bit extra, which is great. This is some grass that I transplanted. Is it a month or 2 months ago? I can't remember. This is Sido's grandma. I'll give that a little, just a quick drink. And now we're gonna really wet this down. And the advantage of doing this first is that we get the water column deeper. I'm putting the fava directly on wet soil. So they should have plenty of available moisture from their first moments. And also this will help hydrate the biochar, because it's not powder dry. You saw it wasn't like going up in dust clouds, but It's not exactly wet either. And as you can tell from the running water, that this is not level, but it's flattish. And for this part, because this isn't a water harvesting structure, we're on a windbreak. So the goal for this is not, there's no runoff for this one to catch. This is all going to be, all the water that does drain here currently, or that used to drain here, is either already being diverted by the canyon swale, which is off in the distance where the road kind of leads, or comes from that hillside up there, and we will eventually have a swale diverting all of that water over that way, where we will build a proper field. All right, now for the beans. In terms of typical density, this would be absurd to have this many beans this close together, but we want a canopy, even if it's only a couple inches high, as quickly as possible. So, and the thing that I always struggle with is, yes, there's a whole bunch of species that might be more ideal, they might be a little more water efficient, they might be this or that, but you know, one thing that I haven't seen talked about a lot is the cost of these seeds. So it's not just finding your perfect species. Like, even if you have your favorite tree, like a lot of people that watch the channel seem to be somewhat obsessed with baobab, and I've never looked for the seeds, but I doubt they're cheap. They're certainly not anything comparable to fava beans, where, I don't know, it's less than $1 a pound. So it's better just to buy way more seeds than you think you'll ever need, because you can follow through later with the stuff that's more expensive. But sometimes, you know, I got, like, one of the lessons that I learned from watching YouTube and then actually trying to do it is that YouTube focuses on pioneers, and they tend to be stuff that is not the cheapest thing, especially tree seeds. But man, if you start with beans, you can buy beans all day long. It's way more affordable, especially when you're new and making dumb mistakes that are just generally consistent with being new at something. So, better to learn your lesson with cheap seeds than seeds that are literally 10 times more expensive. Some of the tree seeds are $250, $350 a pound. And for these high density rates that we're going for, those are kind of the quantities that I need. So it's not just finding the magic tree, it's finding a tree that will perform on the budget that we have. It is way easier to deal with too much than too little. So yeah, I definitely have the density that I'm looking for now. Time to go get the next batch of seeds. Cleaning up a little bit. Is your digital privacy feeling like a wide open ranch with no fences? Today's sponsor is CyberGhost VPN, a top-tier service trusted by over 38 million users worldwide. Whether you're scrolling at home or connected on a public Wi-Fi network, your internet provider and the websites you visit can track every move you make. And no, incognito mode is not good enough. CyberGhost fixes this by encrypting all of your traffic and spreading it across 100 servers worldwide. And they even have a strict no logs policy, making sure that there's no trace whatsoever of your activity. And beyond security, the fun stuff, you can unlock libraries from global streaming platforms like Netflix or Disney Plus, or snag better deals based on location like airline tickets. One subscription covers up to 7 devices, whether that's your home computer, your phone, or all of the above. Don't forget to click the link in the description to get the special CyberGhost VPN deal for Dustups viewers. It keeps your data safe while you're online and unlocks all of that content, all for just $2.03 a month. It's now 7:48 and the temperature is 53 degrees, 41% humidity. Again, going for way too much. And you notice I'm planting these dry. Okay. So this is screened material with biochar. This is so much easier than kicking the furrows down with all the gravel in the ground. And once I'm done getting the seeds covered, which I'm gonna have to go back and get a little more screen material, I think. Maybe not. Then we'll do the last batch of seeds, which are the ones that go on the surface. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait to wet this top layer, because what I want is I want to put dry seeds on this, and then when I give it one last soak, and this loose soil should suck the small seeds down to where they're within 1/8 of an inch of the surface. So close to the end, but I've learned, don't be stingy. So let's go get a little more screened material and mix in some quality biochar. Okay, 2 big scoops. Gotta empty that barrel into the next one so we can make a fresh batch later today. And I do have a cement mixer. For something this small, it's not worth the effort. So right now this is 50-50 biochar native soil. I want to get this evenly mixed, and then I'll probably add 2 more shovelfuls of native soil. You can see this went from being absolute junk to gorgeous. It looks like potting soil. And actually, since I'm going to be spreading this immediately, I'm going to go put some wind castings in this. All right. What is that? I don't know. Fertility is what it is. That feels more like a fluffy version of the native material, which is what I want. Hopefully this mimics ultra-rich topsoil, just to get the annuals going. Little baby my trees. So what I need to do now is boil some water. We're going to scarify desert globe mallow, but not soak it. What we want to do is just get it to break the outer seed coat, but we don't want it to absorb the water. And that way, in the spring, it'll be ready to rock and roll. And I think this will be worth showing y'all that we do save our organic waste here to the extent that we can. And we do that in the bucket. You can see last night's tamale husks, corn on the cob, eggshells, coffee grounds. One day I'll get around to starting a worm bin, but there's a lot going on, and honestly the worm bin doesn't move the needle. It will be really nice to have one day, but the last thing I need is one more thing to maintain. So for now, we just put it all in one spot, and then when there's enough, bury it, and one day let it go. Or sometimes we put it in the cave hole, just because over time we know sediment's going to collect there and it'll wind up buried on its own without any more work. Okay, get this. I'll leave this here in case we need it, but let's go get the globe mallow. I like the outside. Alright. But I'll sit over here to make sure I don't stare at Daniel welding. We want this around 180. It's go time. Wow. That worked great. Here. It's been about a minute, so it's time to get them out of the water. I'm gonna add chia. There's tons and tons of it. It's cheap. This is really cheap. The whole bag was $10, maybe 12. And then mustard. And what we want is to spread this evenly, and the way I'm going to do that is by using my same screen soil with the biochar stuff added, just as a way to fill it in as a bulking agent and to dry this out, because if the globe mallow stays wet, it's impossible to mix and to spread evenly. So I just do this by hand. And then what I need to do is just break all of this up by hand, get all the clumps out. I feel like that is likely pretty even. Now, spread the seeds. I better do this thinner until I make it all the way. I really need to get up to the terrace soon and get it watered. But there we go. And again, the advantage to hyper seeding is that if I apply it unevenly, it's not the end of the world. And give the grass just a little more love. That's soaked in. And now this is to pull these small seeds into the soil, and so that this top dressing that I put on also doesn't suck the water up. I want all of this to stay wet. We're now at the end, and now I just gotta water the old section, quote unquote old, that's 2.5 days old. That's it, guys. So it's about 200 feet, a little less than. I can just tell from looking at it, we're about 2/3 done. This way, there's camp, and then this way. Okay, so now we got to go water the terrace. Remy decided that he's coming with. One thing going through my mind is once we get this successful and we can do it by hand and we can do it on a very small scale and we can do it successfully, then we can go to where my brain started in the first place, which is how do you go big? How do you make it successful? And how do you go a lot faster? Because obviously hand spreading all of those seeds and trenching with a hand tool is not the best way to go about doing things. But when I prove that I can do this on a couple 100 feet and that we can establish trees, then we can worry about a tractor and a 2-man team and how to spread huge amounts of seeds and material over a very large area. And when we have a well, that will facilitate actively planting instead of just hoping it rains. As we drive up here, several times I forget to close the spigot as I turn off the pump. And it's always my fear I'm going to come up here and find everything drained. I still see water in the totes, so I don't think I don't know, man. I think I did leave it open. I'm just going to be super irritated. Remy, down! Good boy. I did leave it open. That is super annoying because now, well, let's close it. Oh, man. It siphons about 150 gallons of water. And you may think, well, that's not bad. That's kind of what you came up here to do. The problem is that it doesn't siphon it unevenly. I mean, it siphons it unevenly. So some of these areas are going to be soaking wet, and many of them will be bone dry. So it's a bad thing. It's definitely a bad thing. Yeah, I mean, they're not, oh, Remy. Well, I guess you're peeing, so. You're doing what we came here to do. Seeing if we find any moisture plumes over here at the end, because this is usually what stays the wettest. I can see that, yeah, like some of these are yeah, like that one's really wet. Let's go turn this on. And this will be our activity for the next 20 minutes. Normally I just go sit in the truck, but I need to stay super close to keep an eye on the water level. I'm gonna set a 20-minute timer, make sure we give it a good soak. Might get lucky and get some rain tonight so that we don't have to use our own water, we get the wonderful sky water. But I'm gonna try to just spend some time cutting or moving some rocks and clearing it and making it a little nicer, and making sure I stay within earshot so that I don't burn my pump up. I realized a better use of time is the water well company and making sure that they know I want to get in touch with them. Hi, Clark. My name is Shaun Overton. You gave me an estimate about a year ago in Hudspeth County, and I was wanting to get started.
Yeah, I got you on the radar already.
Okay. Do you have a tentative or like a ballpark idea of when you'd be able to come out?
Yeah, I'm hoping in about probably a month.
Awesome. Well, I look forward to it. Really excited to move forward with it.
Okay, all right. Well, y'all have a good rest of the day.
All right, you too.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. Remy, you want up? He's been sitting here whining. You want to show me something? Or are you just asking to get pet? My money's on getting pet. There we go. Good boy. All right, let's go check the water. We're halfway done. We're gonna have plenty of water, but we absolutely need to make a well run. We'll probably do that next. Now, we have to take this away. We don't want it getting rained on. Let's go get some water.
This is pretty much what we have so far. It's not done. I haven't welded everything, but I just tack weld in the mount for the tank. So the
Wow.
tank's gonna be mounted there.
Yeah.
Batteries here. This is all gonna go.
And for viewers, this is a hydraulic fluid tank.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's gonna mount.
Oh, cool.
There's gonna be 3 pedals or 4 pedestals. One here, here, there, and there, and it's gonna be elevated up here. That way, no rocks.
Yeah, I can't fly up.
And
Is that the angle iron that a viewer bought off
yes, this,
the Amazon wish list?
that, and what the mount is made of. All of that is from viewer donated steel.
Awesome.
Which
I knew we were going to use it, but I didn't know we were going to use it that quickly.
Oh yeah.
Well, I think we need to put a second batch on the wish list because we're going to use it.
Yes, we will probably use the majority of it just on this.
Nice. I'm going to go down to the well and... Oh, I can't because you need a generator.
Yeah.
Oh, that planned shot.
Well, I mean, I can always hop on the dozer.
No, I want to finish the box blade.
Me too.
Yeah. Like that's... I'll go later. What do you want to eat?
I mean, I'm good with eggs. We have those eggs.
Yeah,
so
let's do it. I might fill it out with some pulled pork. I'm gonna put that sweet potato. It was rotten, which is the reason it's out here. We're gonna bury it and see if we can't grow some sweet potato on accident. There's so much gravel here. I know the box blade's gonna pick most of this up. This is kind of like from here over, I'm pot committed, I gotta leave it alone. But the rest of this stuff, even the little bit of stones that I've stacked and everything, I'm willing to part with it if I can run the box blade through here and get all this big stuff out of here. And I'll try to get a furrow planted here, or a furrow established here without messing up the little bit of cereal rye we got going.
yeah.
I really don't want to box myself in. So we have like just the tiniest amount of cereal rye growing, and it seems dumb to like dig a separate trench when this already has the soil amendments and there's a little bit of stuff going. I'm willing to reset to get the fava beans going here. Okay, what I ultimately settled on is I'm gonna have a mini trench here, run up to the orange flag here, manageable area, and I'm gonna get my little screening shovel. I'm gonna get as much planted as possible. I like the idea of this shovel, but the metal just snapped, so that's the end of that. It was working well. Just gotta be a lot tougher to make it out here. I will semi-screen. It's not necessary, but it is nice to have a really clean trench. So we're going here, and then we're going here.
Hot on the belly. That's hot on the belly.
Oh yeah, I'll bet.
I ran out of wire.
Oh.
But she's pretty stout.
Yeah.
I mean, this is still a little flexible, but that's because of this. And
Yeah, I just gotta hold a hose.
And that's just holding the hose.
Cool. How much do you have left?
I gotta get the battery up here. I gotta mount that. Unless something comes up that I didn't foresee, I'm done welding.
All right. Cool.
Now we gotta get this ginormous thing into the
the 4300. I got to get my stuff out of the 4300.
Do you need anything out of there?
I got to get my tote out of there so you have more room.
Oh, all right.
But it's not heavy. You and I can easily lift it.
Okay. I'm almost done, so maybe I should finish planting everything, the little section I worked on, and then we can load the generator and do all that stuff.
All right.
Hey, I just had a thought. How long does the box blade need before we can mount everything for the temperature to cool off?
Oh, as soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to start mounting it.
Okay. Would you mind if we switched? If I drive the dozer and then play with the box blade to see if I can screen it and you get the water?
Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
Everything else I can do after I get the stuff. All right, which one is this? All right, non-potable. That'll work.
Wow, holy cow.
We use a lot?
A lot. We've gone through probably 700 gallons, 800 gallons.
Yeah, I did not see that.
Yeah, so we'll do a trip today, trip tomorrow.
That was a whole lot of irrigation.
Yeah.
One more reason that would be nice.
Yep. Oh, I called the driller this morning. They're coming in about 30 days.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It's got an actual mount, but it fell down there and I haven't got it yet.
What's funny is these arrows mean absolutely nothing. Is this the top or is this the top?
Yeah, that's why I'm going to write up and down. This is my wire that I brought out here a long time
I remember
ago.
that, yeah. Does it need a new crimp or does it just need a sleeve?
Well, I mean, this will fit.
Yeah.
But
that's not so good.
You see how much I'm...
Yeah.
That's a lot. I think it'll be quicker just to cut it. We don't need it now, but we are going to need it.
We are going to need it. That'll work. This is the one we were worried about right here.
Yes.
There we go. I would have to rub like crazy before it's gonna.
I'm going to.
Cool. Good day so far. We have hydraulics on the box blade. We got all that stuff planted. Had a really, really good breakfast. And now I'm gonna rinse my face a little bit just from all the dust. And while I'm here, I could use a little snacky snack. Wow. Drew just gave $500 to the fundraiser. That's awesome for the water well. Benjamin just donated $250. It's crazy, man. I really appreciate it. Let's check the weather. I want to see if our rain odds are looking good. So it looks like they start to, well, kind of pick up now, but not much on the radar. Odds really pick up around 8 o'clock. 67 degrees. 30% humidity, so not high, but not bad. And my best chance of rain is around 9 or 10 o'clock tonight. So keep working. I gotta look at what should I be working on next? And there's a lot more to do, but I think I better go get water. That's probably the best thing for me to work on.
Was you across the street from that old camper? Like right still on the...
this truck. It's so amazing. The turning radius on this truck is incredible. If you've never driven something this big, you don't appreciate it. Also, this is really satisfying, seeing my row of stones. It's getting less and less. It requires much less effort to see where the wall is going to be. Water wells down there. Start with this one because there's a hole in the top. You know, I just realized I've never started this generator. Okay, so that's the starter, that's the gasoline, and then we gotta pull start it. I can hear myself think now. Unfortunately, the water ran out just a little bit before the top. I noticed it was getting dirty and getting concerned, and well, I'm glad I was watching because he cannot take it for granted. Getting 550 is the absolute best case scenario out of this well. So let's strap the generator down and head on back. Buddy.
Straight back, straight back, straight back. A little bit more. All right.
That'll take no time at all. So where did the dozer break down?
I was back over to the original turnaround.
Yeah.
And I smelled something. I was like, it smells like grease. And then after I smelled the grease, I heard clinker, 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 clinker. I'm like, seriously? So I limped it on back.
You did? Okay, that was my first question, is like, were we able to limp it back?
It's already parked, ready to go.
Okay, cool. It's like, I do not want to change the tracks over there.
Oh no, I'm not.
Yeah.
One way or another, it was coming back here.
Yeah.
A third of it's already empty.
Yeah. Oh boy. Well, I guess now we know what you're doing next week.
That's literally what I said on my glass. I'm like, I know what I'm doing next week.
Oh, Remy. He knows what's up.
You know what makes me more mad? Any other time I've had to help him up.
Well, let's go, Remy.
He's already in his seat.
Good boy, Remy.
And it's literally the same thing. The only thing is that it's harder to back up over there. I mean, you got lights.
Yeah.
Shaun's headed off to put water in the terraces. So while he's doing that, let me show you what I have to do next week. It's not something I wanted to do. And we got some lights around camp now. Makes cooking a little easier. So when we're grilling or using a smoker, we have a little more lights. I'm going to be replacing this side of the undercarriage. So that yoke right here, you see all that grease right down there? That means that yoke has failed. That yoke has failed is because of this here idler. The bearings are completely shot. And I know y'all can't tell, but this thing is really hot. The bearings are gone. So the idler needs to be replaced. The yoke needs to be replaced. All the rollers down here. There's 6 rollers. They need to be replaced. So tomorrow I'll be ordering the track bolts and nuts and a few other nuts and bolts I know are going to break. However, new rollers, new track chain, new rear sprocket, there's the new idler, there's the new yoke. So we have everything. I'm just not looking forward to this because, you know, that's 300 plus pounds, like 600 pounds or 700 pounds or something like that, just the track chain. This is like 100 and something pounds. Each one of those is like 80 or 90 pounds. It's gonna be a daunting task because we don't have a crane out here. We don't have any heavy equipment out here other than the dozer, but obviously the dozer broke. So I'm gonna be jacking this thing up, getting off the ground, getting the track off. Once I get the track off, I gotta cut all the pads off because you're not unbolting them. You cut all of those off. So I'm gonna cut all those off, replace the rear sprocket, all of the running gear, or these are idler wheels, the front idler or track tensioner, yoke, whatever you want to call it. All of that's getting replaced. The only thing that we're not replacing are the track pads. However, we are going to get some grouser material, and this is not happening now, but we're going to weld up on here and it's going to raise it up about 1 inch, so we'll have 1 inch more grouser for traction, because that's our biggest flaw out here with this dozer is traction. It just does not get enough traction. So that's what I'm doing next week.
I, of course, also completely forgot about the levigation bag, although I don't know how I would have tied it. So I will make the system, well, I won't say dummy proof for myself, but I'll say dummy resistant. Tie the bag gently. Okay, now I forgot to put the lid on the other one, and we already are low on lids. It's worth me fixing this. All right, Remy, let's go, buddy. Now we can go back to camp. All right, I'm gonna go. What do you want to? You want to just do pulled pork, or you want to do sausages? What do you feel like?
Or both?
Let's do both. I'm gonna go ahead and change before dinner, and just, even though I'm not gonna shower or bathe or do anything, I don't know. It's a morale thing, just getting out of the clothes I've been in all day. And often that's because I've been sweating like crazy all day, but the weather today really couldn't have been nicer. I mean, not just the temperature, but also the sun not glaring down on me. So in terms of level of grossness, this is about as good as it could possibly be at the end of a very long day. I think it's 6:15, 6:11. So, you know, I'm pretty far into the day, and thankfully I'm almost done. Now I will eat dinner with Daniel, offload some footage, and do it all again tomorrow. One last thing before you go. You know how I said there's rain in the forecast? It's not heavy, but there's little sprinkles.
Dinner's ready.
Is it? Perfect. This is a great way to end a day. Even though we ended on a down note with a major bulldozer repair, we've already paid for it. We just got to do the work. So I really can't complain. We got a lot done, which it's, I think, almost 7 o'clock now. So we're pretty far into the day. And I think that gives you a sense for what it takes to succeed out here. If you enjoyed this episode, check out this desert sun shower. Gave us an amazing opportunity. Don't forget to click the link in the description to grab the special discount for CyberGhost VPN. It keeps your data safe while you browse and unlocks all blocked content, all for just $2.03 a month. It's completely risk-free, so check it out today.